Like this video? Why not subscribe? Welcome to Q&A Mondays here at MH News. I'm your host, Matt Haslam, and as always, if you want your question read on the show, please go to mhnews.info and submit using our brand new online form. You can also comment below on Facebook or YouTube to get us those questions. Now, last week was my birthday, so we didn't have an episode coming out for that because it was my birthday and we kind of wanted some time off, and we had a lot of great parties over the weekend. And this week is the live event week here on MH News, so look forward to an episode with our good friend Dave Walters on Thursday of this week. He answers all your questions and does a wonderful job at explaining a live audio and lighting system for a live event on Thursday's episode, so look forward to that. First question today, are you telling your opinion and do you do what you want, or do you follow commands? If you're talking about on the show here, we do kind of tell our opinion of it, but for the most part our opinions are backed up by research, our opinions are backed up by years of experience doing what we do, and they're backed up by many of my mentors and great friends of mine who really know their stuff and are much better than I, that we always reach out to. For instance, any VFX questions we get on the show, we reach out to our friend Chris Krasnowski, and he helps us out in answering those questions. Live event world, yes, we tell our own opinion, and filmmaking world, we tell our own opinion because we've been in the industry so long, but we will still reach out to other people who know better than us if we have to. And then basically on set or on a location for what we do, typically we basically follow a plan. So we're not doing what we want to do. And that's like, basically, we don't go in there and, just do whatever we damn well please. No, we go in there and we actually know what we're supposed to do. We follow the plans that we had approved by the customer. So we follow those commands. And when we're working as like production assistant or something like that, then yes, we follow commands. It's just how it goes. But for the most part, when we're on set or on location, we're the head engineers, and so we're following the plans that we had originally drawn up for that event or that film long before we actually got on set. Next question. What kinds of budgets were you all working with on each specific film this summer? I can't get into too many specifics on a lot of the projects we're working on, but the main film I'm working on this summer is a project called Our Family, and it's a documentary that I'm making and producing, and it's actually only costing $200 US, so that's astonishing. It's I think going to be an hour and a half, maybe 2 hour long documentary, but it's going to follow the history of my entire family, and so it's a really great project to be working on, I think. And what's really shocking about it is the $200 is being spent on, first off, we're getting a $30 plug-in for our editing program to allow us to export this entire film in 4K resolution. That way, this can be broadcasted, this can be put out there on a big projection screen for the premiere. Then we have, what is it? I think like $70 for a program called Pluralize, which is helping us out in editing and helping us edit faster. And so that's really, really helping with the interviews, and cutting down on interview time is also going to help us out later on. But then the remaining budget is being spent on gas, getting to and from different places that we had to go. For instance, we have to go to Monte City and shoot that. We had to go to St. Clair, a whole bunch of different towns in our area to film as much as we could. What's really cool about that budget is because it's only $200, and we had to actually get photos and video of a place in Ohio. We had to get a location filmed, or pictures of a place in the country of Denmark, and we only had $200 as our budget, so we knew we couldn't do it. But luckily, one of my family members went there and is bringing back a bunch of photos, and we're using those. So it's kind of a co-collaborative co-producer thing. So it's kind of cool, but it's only costing us $200 to make, and that's our budget. And it's really looking like we're going to stick to that budget. Next question. Could you give some advice as to what a good first job on a movie set? AD, grip, what else? First position you should do is just become an assistant cameraman, like a third or fourth assistant cameraman, or a grip, because that's really where you're going to be able to learn in many different departments while not, basically, because a grip, yes, you're working sometimes, but you're not constantly working. Like a third or fourth assistant cameraman, you're not constantly working, where basically you can take that time off and kind of go around and help other people out and get that experience elsewhere on set. Because you don't want to be an assistant director, you don't want to be like a first or second assistant cameraman, because you're constantly doing that job and there's no really time off on set. Whereas if you're a grip or production assistant or something like that doing clapboard, there's plenty of time where you can go to other departments and help them out and learn from that. Next question. What is the appropriate export settings for DVD, video, and Premiere Pro? We're actually dealing with this a lot anymore. Premiere is awesome. It has export settings for you. Just seriously scroll down on your Premiere Pro and CC 2015 version, and it has DVD there. Perfect export settings for DVD, but typically you want HD resolution and 1920 by 1080 and 60 frames per second for any DVD. That's typically what you want. I've done DVDs before for like 29.99 frame rates or 30 frame rates, but just 60 works a little bit better, I'm seeing. And basically I would try your best to get a program out there called Instant 4K and export in 4K, just because later on it's going to help you. But DVDs typically don't take 4K right now, but if you're trying to project it, then definitely do 4K. But for DVD, regular HD at 60 frames per second is the best. Next question. How long did it take you to develop your personal style? Forever. It's a work in progress still. You never really get that personal. There's no like point where you get to and say, you know what, this is my personal style, this is what I'm going to work with. Basically, because then you're stuck in that rut, I say. And you constantly have to develop your style as a director, as a producer, and just keep working different visual styles. For instance, we're doing a horror thing soon here that's going to really change up how we do things, and it's really going to make us learn new genres of film. So keep on doing that. Never ever develop your personal style, because once you do that, then you're stuck in that rut. Keep developing it. So that's it for today. If you'd like your question read on the show, please go to mhnews.info and submit using our brand new online form. You can also comment below on Facebook or YouTube, private message me on Facebook, or see me in real life. Also check out this Thursday's episode on live events and see our good friend Dave Walters at a local event of his, explaining how to set up and run a live event audio system and lighting system. So it's an amazing episode, and I cannot recommend it enough. He's an amazing engineer and an amazing friend to have, and it's a simply incredible experience that we were able to go out and do this episode with him. And he's so friendly, and one of the very, very few audio engineers that are willing to share what they know and be friendly about it. So he's an amazing man, and I cannot recommend it enough. So check that out on Thursday. Have a great week, guys, and see us next time. Bye. Next question. How do you balance your projects and personal life? Do you schedule yourself using a calendar or organizers, or do you simply have a routine method? One of the most difficult questions I've ever gotten is easily this one, because I don't balance it well. I think as someone in the entertainment industry, you can't balance it. There is no balance.